And here we are, back with one of the... Those two guys keep talking and talking, I just keep going. We're back with one of the, let's say one of the old guys from the Gamescom. He's been here since ever, same as we are. So David Rutter, you know, Mr. FIFA. Mr. FIFA 14 this year. You're back on track, as we know. How is it? How's gamescom 2013?
It's been quite busy, actually. I think I've done roughly 60 interviews in the last 2 days. Nick Channon, our amazing line producer for FIFA, he sat just over there making sure I behave myself and don't mess this up. Has been demoing the Xbox One and PS4 version of the game to hundreds of journalists. We've also had the 360 and PlayStation 3 version being demoed by Sebastian Enrique behind closed doors as well.
Oh yeah, he was with us yesterday.
I'm looking over there at that huge amount of FIFAs. Members of the public actually able to play PlayStation 4 and also play on Xbox One live all day long. It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's pretty special, and you know what? I thought that I have to wear a t-shirt which symbolizes what we are doing right now, and I'm a little bit shocked because this one here is FIFA 13, and you know what? Just because we have all technical issues and devices over here, I can change it. I hope it's okay to you.
It's the wrong color, but it'll do.
It's the wrong color, but it's the right number.
That. FIFA 14 Ultimate
now it's
Team.
FIFA 14.
Okay.
Amazing.
So, David, the next gen consoles will feature more powerful hardware than the Xbox 360 and the PS3. But please tell us a little bit more about some differences and how FIFA 14 will reach the next level on Xbox One.
Sure. So I think the big changes that we've seen, which are also the kind of innovations in 360 and PlayStation 3 that we've already announced, are also in the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version. I think that's important for people to know. And then the other key thing is that, you know, the power of the consoles and EA Sports Ignite engine has allowed us to do not just those innovations from the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, but also three big things. One is around true player motion, the idea that we can really accurately mimic the athletic performance of athletes. We've added hundreds and hundreds of animations now. We've got nearly 10 times the depth and detail on our animations in the game this year. And also, you know, lots more moves for our players. So for passing, shooting, dribbling, tackling, and you know, heading as well, we've got tons of new moves, which will be great. A lot more responsiveness and a lot more cool stuff going on as well. And then the second big thing we've done is add this thing we call kind of like human intelligence. We've made sure that our players are behaving more like football players. They have more intelligence, not just in the football side of things, but also in some of their behaviours that we haven't had in video games before. So notably being able to have players do multiple jumps for headers, so you'll have not just two players going up for headers now, you'll have lots. As well as a new feature we call Pro Instincts, which is the ability for the players to anticipate a collision and react accordingly. And then the big news for Gamescom was the living world. So those amazing stadiums you saw, the amazingly immersive crowd, and also, you know, interaction with ball boys, loads of new camera angles, and an editor that kind of tracks the game and designs the cameras for you.
That sounds great. I think you're ready for that.
You mentioned that in the beginning. So of course FIFA 14, the next gen, is for the next generation consoles. It's for Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. If I want to buy FIFA 14 on the day it appears, but I don't have the new consoles yet, what are my options?
Well, your options are obviously, if you want to, you can buy the current FIFA 14 on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, or you know, enjoy those games from the day it launches. The cool thing about that is any of the kind of connected modes or parts of the game along the lines of, you know, EA Sports Football Club, Ultimate Team, or Seasons, which is our online game mode, any progress or unlocks you've got in those areas of the games will carry across from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, and also from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. Just a little bit of news for the guys out there as well is the fact that for career mode, unfortunately we can't track your progress from console to console, so that won't carry with you. I just want to make sure people know that. But for all the connected stuff, absolutely, it will travel from your current console to your future console, as long as it's Xbox to Xbox, PlayStation to PlayStation.
Okay, yeah, that's quicker.
So, of course, you talked about the Pro Instinct, but tell us a little bit more. What does the AI does now what it didn't do in the former generation, and how does it affect actually the playing against a CPU team?
Sure. So I think there's obviously the stuff that we've already disclosed about the kind of cool stuff in the game around the protection of the ball, the new shooting, the new ball physics, all of that stuff. I think the key stuff though for human intelligence is definitely pro instincts. For me, I kind of describe it as in FIFA 12, I think it was, we launched the player impact engine, which gave you this near limitless variety of outcomes from collisions. Pro instinct is kind of the opposite of that, which is it gives you loads of outcomes from trying to avoid collisions. So if two players are going to collide, they'll try to avoid each other, they'll brush past each other, try and skip over stuff. So what you'll see is players more intelligently reacting to players around them to try and keep the play going.
So there's one thing, I mean, all players have different opinions and they all got different wishes and complaints and whatever. But if there's one thing you can point at is that they complain a lot about the server instability during online matches. Is there any improvement in that part?
So we've got obviously the players when they're playing online are on their own internet connection. So obviously we want our players to be as on good a connection as they can possibly be. There's a lot of threads actually on our forums that might be able to help people troubleshoot what's going on there to try and make sure that you know, any of their connection issues are going to be sorted out. We do try to make sure that you're matchmaking with people from close by where you live as best as possible, and then it will go on there. If you find that your connection isn't great, obviously you can disconnect from your game and then reconnect to kind of someone who is perhaps more close, but at the same time we understand that that's not always possible. There are a lot of people that disconnect themselves on purpose because they're losing. That's unfortunate, and it causes problems for people. We can't really do a lot about that, unfortunately.
No,
oftentimes, you know, people are asking us, can we, you know,
the ego.
electrocute people when they disconnect? It's apparently not allowed. It's illegal or something.
So how does really the power of the new consoles change the gameplay on FIFA, and are there any gameplay features you couldn't implement into the current version?
So yes, there's lots. So there's tons of changes. Probably the most meaningful and obvious is the fact we've gone from 720p HD to 1080p. Huge graphical upgrade, looks amazing. Gorgeous graphics, super fluid, 60 frames a second still, so we're really happy about that. The next thing after that is obviously not just graphical horsepower, but processing power. So all of the stuff around the animations as well, more memory to be able to store those hundreds of new animations in the game and moves that our fans are going to love, as well as, you know, the updates to the AI I mentioned and you know, other cool things within the gameplay that we've discussed. And then kind of the last thing is, as far as atmosphere is concerned, the kind of stadia, the amazing graphics for atmosphere. We've done loads of work on that this year, which is something our fans have been asking for many years, and we're very happy about the way that's gone too.
FIFA has a huge history. I mean, it's FIFA 14, there's been so much development, and of course, every year there's news and it gets better and better and improves every time. But can you remember a time when you brought out a FIFA where you said, wow, this is still one of the most impressive memories I got on the whole development of FIFA?
So I think each one's kind of special. The big deal for me was like FIFA 09. That was my first one.
Oh, okay.
First one's always special.
Yeah.
And then the FIFA 10, that was 360-degree dribbling, so that was really cool. FIFA 11 was just an all-round great game, and I think everyone loved that one. FIFA 12 had the player impact engine. That was a big step forward, a massive revolution. FIFA 13, a very solid game, very enjoyable, and we did loads of cool stuff in that as well. But I think this one, FIFA 14, it almost feels like a bit of an end of a journey on many respects on 360 and PlayStation 3. We put our absolute heart and soul into it this game. I think people are expecting us to ease off a bit because of Xbox One and PlayStation 4 coming out, but you know, 360, the PlayStation 3 and the PC game this year, all that new dribbling stuff, all of the new AI, all of the new shooting, all of the new ball physics, everything is in there that completely changes the way the game. The shooting this year is just so exceptional. Just the power you can get behind your shots, the kind of, I call it the oomph.
The
doesn't really make much sense, but the power and the sweetness of hitting a perfect shot.
But that's kind of like the sound for the feeling.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
and the ball physics, the way the ball spins, the movement in the air, it's just an exceptionally great game.
one question is, for me, very important.
Okay.
I was thinking about, the first time I saw you this time, I started thinking about, did you ever overcome the moment where you lost against Mats Hummels?
No, I talk about it all the time. I've talked about it in probably 10 interviews.
That was a tough one, right? And it was
really
my
tough.
fault to put it in the right light. It was my fault.
It's a weird one. So I play a lot of people at FIFA in the office, and I do okay. I accept that I'm going to lose to some of the people at work. I've been lucky enough that they've, you know, played the game as much as I have, some of them even much more, so I don't mind losing to them. I do not expect to lose to celebrities or football players who haven't had the opportunity to play the game I'm making, even if they're playing the game all the time at home for you know, the current version. There's similarities, they can get good at it. But when it's a new game and someone hasn't played it and they're a celebrity stroke football player, you can tell straight away if they're good at the game, and I think I said, oh, he's good. You can tell straight away.
I remember.
And it was a close game, but I'm never going to live it down. My favourite one is the interview that happened immediately afterwards, where I literally couldn't answer any questions.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, you were shocked.
It doesn't happen very often.
Nice.
But it really does, and we have it on tape.
Brilliant.
But by the way, you know what?
It will exist forever.
We have always, it's how we call the gamer's voice, because it's very important that we stand in here, like we talking about new features, but it's very important that we just listen also to the gamers. So how important is it for you? Do they gamers know you, and do they come to you and just want to speak to you and say thank you, or do they have any critics or whatever?
Worship you, cherish you, hug you, kiss you.
They do it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not so much kissing.
Oh, sorry.
Quite a lot of hugging and some pictures and the occasional signature, which I don't mind too much, but it's a little bit odd because I don't think of it like that way. It's just my job. I love doing it, and you know, whatever I would do, I'd be passionate about. I'm just
you're a celebrity. Get used to it.
I'm not a celebrity.
You are. Come on.
For them, you are.
You are.
Anyway,
you're Rutter, man.
But as far as feedback and stuff like that's concerned, absolutely. You know, as soon as I walked off the stage, I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter these days tweeting, but I spend a lot of time reading what's being posted and or tweeted. And you know, I immediately went, hope you like that, and then you know, you get this rush of people saying, yeah, I loved it, or I didn't think that was that great. But you know, for the most part, people are overwhelmingly kind. For the people that aren't, and you know, are giving us feedback around what they'd like to see changed or improved and all that kind of stuff, you know, we don't take it to heart, but we certainly listen and we put it on the list of things, we prioritise it, and I think part of the success of FIFA and the fact that it's so well received and so many people love it and play it so much is down to the fact that the fans have told us what they like and what they don't like, and then you kind of spend a bunch of time making it. And if you make things that people want, then generally they go and buy them.
Yeah.
And, you know,
and like you for developing
that's
that.
the plan.
Because you made their little FIFA dream come true. So
applause for that once again.
It's not just me.
Yeah, of course, a big team, but you're standing right in front of the team. You're just the executive.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You're great. Just get used to that.
All right.
So we just talked about the gamer's voice, and we want to hear the gamer's voice. Before, we have to say thank you. Thank you for coming here and telling us all about it. Thank you in the name of all the fans of FIFA 14 for all those great work you and your perfect team did the whole year.
They're amazing. The ones in Vancouver, the ones in Bucharest, and everyone else in the world from EA that's involved in it. And it's a pleasure every year to be out here talking about such an amazing piece of work, art, whatever you want to call it. But I just hope that I've done a good job whilst I've been here to help people understand what it is and not let the guys down.
You did.
It was a pleasure having you here and sharing this stuff with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, David Rutter.
And we came to the Gamer's Voice. We've been talking about this Xbox and PlayStation 4 development and all the new next generation consoles. That's what I was looking for. So let's take a quick but very close look on what gamers think about Xbox One. FIFA 14 on Xbox One. This is your opinion, guys.